Maybe I was late to the party, but I never knew that Xiaomi phones were actually as good as they are. I was blown away actually, because recently a friend of mine here broke their phone. I can't remember which phone they had, and I happened to be near a Xiaomi store, so I picked up a replacement for them, and I was blown away by how good it was. So I reached out to the guys at Xiaomi and asked if they'd sponsor this video and loan me the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9, and they did. So this video is my honest opinion about what that phone is like, and I am genuinely surprised as to how good it is. But also, for a bit of context, I wanted to give you some pricing information and compare it to something in the same ballpark price-wise, which is the Samsung Galaxy A21. The A21s is basically identical to that as well. So just for a bit of extra context. So without any further ado, let's jump straight into this rooftop review / comparison up on the roof here in Latin America. Cheers. So I mentioned the pricing. Now this is a new deal that I think actually starts right now. It's available now with 3 UK. Actually, a big shout out to 3. They used to be in fact they were our first ever sponsor here on BTEC. I've always enjoyed working with these guys. Really nice network actually. Anyway, £149 upfront cost for the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9. Or you can go monthly. That's a £19 upfront cost with 6-month half price, £10 each month. So I mean, let's be absolutely real here. This is incredibly good value if the phone is good, which we're going to come on to now. This is not an expensive device. Neither of these are expensive. So let's take a look at the designs of these two phones. So they both have 3.5mm headphone jacks. I want to get that straight out there because I always have more time and love for phones that do that. I don't know, I'm old school, but I think it's great that they're there, especially for music lovers. NFC, great. Dual SIM micro SD SIM card slot here on both. That's excellent. Both of these have 6.5-inch displays. They're both very good, but the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9 Full HD Plus dot display, it's just got almost double the resolution of the Samsung here, and it's just absolutely beautiful, this big screen here. I really, really like it. It's not quite as punchy as I would like outdoors, especially in really bright places like this, but it does just fine. It's a beautiful display. They both feel pretty good, although I would say the Note 9 feels just that little bit more premium. The Note 9 also kicks things off with 128 gigs of storage, which is probably fine for most people, but of course with that SD card slot you can add another 512 gigs, so I mean it's huge in that sense. Now, although the Samsung does also have the SD card slot, I mean, unbelievably almost to me, the base model here is only 32 gigs of storage. I mean, that, I don't know, that's crazy small. And I think this is why I'm so excited about the Xiaomi phone here, because again, it's very cheap. Naughty word cheap, but it is. But you're getting so much bang for your buck. What else have we got here? They're both LCD displays, by the way. And yeah, I think they look great. Let's spin things over to the back now and check out this camera tech. Okay, so the 48 megapixel camera on the Note 9 here, for me, is the absolute star of the show. It's just fantastic, the level of detail. Really, really surprised, not just me actually, but the whole BTEC team with what it's capable of. It's not the only lens here. Importantly, there's a macro lens, ultra wide angle, depth of field lens. It's the same sort of setup that you get on the Samsung, but you just don't have that wonderful main camera that you get on the Redmi Note 9 on the Samsung, which is a pity. It's still fine, and it's more in line with what you'd expect at this price point. That's the point, you see. The Redmi Note 9 isn't what you'd expect at this price point. It's way better. Generally speaking, it's perfectly easy now to get any kind of shot you want in any situation. I can't really think, oh, maybe low light. Low light, both of these phones will struggle, and nighttime, again, not great. But generally speaking, you're going to get acceptable shots, or way, way better in the case of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9. Another thing that's worth mentioning here is that both phones have Pro mode, and on the Samsung it's okay. It is okay. But on the Xiaomi, it's absolutely fantastic. It's way, way better than any phone at this price point should be. There we go, it is. Actually, if we flip the phones round again just to check out the punch hole selfie cameras, I don't think either one of them is crazy high quality, but again, more than good enough to do the job here. I like the fact the punch hole camera is not too obtrusive. It's not like great big notch or anything like that. Now let's look at the battery life. Now this comes into my sort of standout features list here, because the battery on the Xiaomi is huge, over 5,000 milliamp hours. There's also 18-watt fast charging tech here, and a portable scanner. I mean, you know, if you want to listen to music for hours and hours and hours and hours, you can do that with a battery this size. If you want to make tons of calls, again, you can do that with a battery this size. Even things like scanning important documents, it can do that, and it can do it well. It's a bit of a powerhouse, but there's again, it's that level of sophistication that I just never expected at this price point. So very solid performance there on the Xiaomi. So as with a lot of phones at this kind of super low price point, there is going to be a bit of bloatware. That's going to bother you if you don't use these kind of apps, but if you do, it's absolutely fine. And again, on the Xiaomi, you've got the space to work with, so that's not too bad. What are we talking about here? Facebook, Netflix, LinkedIn, eBay. Do I use all of those? I think I do. Yeah, or maybe not so much eBay. I use that on my computer at home. But again, just to be upfront here, that's what you're going to have to deal with. There are also countless Xiaomi apps here. Share Me, Mi Video, Mi Browser. Our phone here arrived with MIUI 11, although we had an update to MIUI 12, which is rolling out globally right now. This includes a really nice new control center, dynamic wallpapers, floating windows galore, great animations. The much awaited app drawer is here. But even more importantly is the new focus on privacy, which again is a really nice touch. What does it mean in real terms? Users have a lot more control now over their browsing data. That includes when you're sharing photos as well. More protection ultimately, which it's just nice to have. Ability to shoot photos in full screen mode. I mean, actually, this is one of those phones that's just improving all the time with updates. Really nice to know. So over on the Samsung Galaxy A21 and A21s, we have Samsung's One UI, which has massively improved in recent years. I mean, way better than the TouchWiz stuff back in the day. It feels more polished in some areas, I have to say. I mean, sometimes I do find the looks of it a little bit jarring straight out the box, but of course this is Android. You can customize this to your heart's content if that's your thing. Personally, I do like the implementation of the most of the features here on the Samsung. It does feel very polished, but Xiaomi is quickly catching up in this area and constantly improving as well. So, I mean, this is a sort of a level, I'd give this one a draw, this little section here. That's how I feel about it. Okay, so you know that here at BTEX, what we love to do is to get the best possible camera tech in our phones that we possibly can for the money. But also we want a really good daily driver that has the power to just cope with whatever we want to throw at it. And that's why I felt so strongly about doing this video, because it's just to me astonishing that a phone at, what was it here, £149 up front, can just blow away the competition at a similar or even higher price point. And it's something that I just didn't know about until recently, why I wanted to share it. I think it is a very sensible choice for anyone, frankly, who's looking for a phone at this kind of budget level. So that's my recommendation. It's not just my opinion, it's also the opinion of the whole BTEX team. Speaking of the BTEX team, I'm going to introduce you to our newest team member very soon. We have some amazing things in the pipeline. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. I'll see you next time.